Hey, welcome back to another video from Go To Guitar Lessons. I'm Justin, and today we're going to be checking out A Hard Day's Night. Another Beatles classic where just even a single opening chord instantly brings back the Beatlemania scene to the surface for all ages. So let's take a look up close and see what's happening inside this world-famous hit. Alright, so A Hard Day's Night is another song in the key of G. But before we get into the verse, let's talk a little bit about that world-famous opening chord, recognized everywhere as soon as it's played. It's going to be a little tricky to reproduce that to a T because there's actually several things going on. But if you want to get in the ballpark, or if you're playing this live, or you just want to get close, what you can do is bar the 3rd fret with your pointer finger, throw your ring finger down on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and then throw your pinky down on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and that gets you pretty close. Alright, first let's get a good feel for the song and check out the strumming. We have sort of a down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, down. And that's pretty consistent throughout the song. So let's move to the verse. Alright, so in another video I'm going to cover how to play your basic chords, but for now we're going to roll through the verse section and I'll just sort of shout out the chords as we go along, and then I'll give a brief description towards the end. So we go from G in the verse, C, back to G, F, G, G, C, G, F, G, C, D, G, C, D. Alright, so when we're transitioning between the chords, make sure you guys are holding that G note here on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. You can even hold the 3rd fret of the B string as well when you're transitioning between G and C. So when we go from G, instead of playing a C like this, which I think John actually plays that on the album this way, but for the purpose of just smooth transition, you can hold the G position and move to a C back and forth by just dropping your pointer and middle finger down a string. So that way you still have sort of that G note ringing through the whole verse. And then when we switch to an F, you still want to hold that pinky down and play your F chord with your ring, middle, and pointer finger. And then also, if you're not used to playing with your thumb on the root notes, I suggest you practice that because that makes transitioning between the chords in this song a lot easier. Have that still ringing out, switching to an F, and then when we play our C for When I Get Home to You, play the C, just a regular C major, but keep that pinky down, man. Got to keep that G note ringing out. That really kind of gives it that signature sound. And then to a D, we sort of play a D suspended. That's what that chord is while we have that G note down. But then you can take it off kind of halfway through the chord. Alright, so let's take a look at the bridge where Paul kicks in with When I'm Home. I'll shout out the chords as we go along. B minor, C, B minor, G, E minor, C, D7. And then it goes back into the verse. So like I mentioned earlier, when you move to your B minor for the bridge, if you can cover your root notes of that chord with your thumb, you can already see sort of how your fingers are shaped at an advantage to move to the next chord. So when we go from B minor to a C, you see how you kind of already have that shape in position, so it just makes switching to the next chords a little bit more smooth. So we go from B minor, C, back to B minor, and then to G, E minor, C, and then I play a D7 like this in the position of a C with my pinky down on the third string there of the 5th fret. But you can go to a regular D major. That's fine. I mean, it all kind of sounds good either way you play it. Whichever's easier for you to do. I just find that moving from a C up to a D7 this way is just a little bit smoother because I'm already kind of in that position. And then the verse repeats. I'll get into another video with the solo because there's some stuff going on there that's going to take a little practice, but for now we've covered basically the verse and the bridge portion. So now let's move into the ending. So at the ending of the song where John's feeling all right and repeats it twice, we go from a G to a C, back to G. You know I feel all right. We go from G, C, F, and then what you want to do is, while you have that pinky down, you pluck the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string in order, and you alternate your pinky on and off the 3rd fret and 1st fret. So we have feel all right, you know I feel all right, you know I feel all right. And that gets you pretty close. Alright, well that was Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. Might not be exactly note for note like the record, but if you're gigging around or you're just playing at home, it'll get you pretty close. You'll be able to have some fun with it. So if you found the video helpful and you liked it, be sure to subscribe to Go To Guitar Lessons, like the video, drop me a line in the comments with some suggestions or some thoughts, and we'll catch you on the next one.